So we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a Monday today, and the background that you're seeing lovely there is SDM Mandara background. We're on set, preparing for the next upcoming episodes. I want you to go to SDM Mandara Facebook page on Thursday. You'll be able to watch one of the shows that we're doing, and also on Saturday. You can also be able to experience what we're doing today. You'll love it and you'll be inspired. I enjoy every time when you come online. I just want to greet you for the next few minutes before we go straight into the topic of the day today. So I just want you to indicate where you're watching us from, and I also want you to tag a friend, invite a friend to this conversation where we're talking about give up. So tag a friend, invite a friend. This conversation today, it's not going to be long pretty much. I'm just going to be continuing and finishing where I left from. I promised last time when I was in Star FM that I was going to be finishing this conversation on giving up, why I think it's very important for us to give up. I just wanted to do some quick shout outs. Mildred, today you're the first one to come through. Mildred Mididza Funwa, how are you there? What's an Seke? I can see you. That's the tag. That's Teds Gwamuyambo. Sandra Samson, how are you? From Josie, please indicate where you're watching us from and also confirm if you can actually hear us well. Lynette Swand, I can see you there. Edna Mazungo. Faith Me, I'm not quite the Ashiwa Fred, lovely there from Boxbeck, South Africa. Angela Machonesa, my good friend, how are you there? Tafazo Michael from Chitungwiza, from lovely, lovely. My dad, Petros Kativu there, all the way from Houston, Texas. Lovely there. I can see you. Charity Ghana, I can see you. Tinashe Kariwo saying network yangu, watching from Cape Town. Deben, that's Dima Gora there. Nancy Ashumba, Irene Jeremiah saying connected. So take a friend, invite a friend. I shall want us to have these conversations. Take our wonder so that we can be blessed. We can also learn and we can be challenged. So I really want you to the Connie Mbizo, how are you there? At Volvo, that's Mambambo John from Cape Town. Farai Vetera, how are you there? Blessing. Chishan from the United Kingdom. Livingston, Mudoma in Warren Park 1. There, good to see you. I can see you. Polite, Dean Love from Wange. Gina Chims, I can see you as well there. From Chikomba. From Belfast, Randbeck, I can see Nyamzaichi Tukura. Alex Norman, I can see there from Belfast. Plaxidis Shamu, Lauren Clare, lovely there. Zambia, Richard Shefu. I can see many parts of the world are being represented. So please invite a friend, take a friend, so that we start the conversation. I can see there, Sisi, I can see you there. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's independence in Zimbabwe for many people. So I just want to take this time to wish you a happy independence. And I hope you really enjoyed yourselves wherever you are and you're ready for work tomorrow. So tomorrow is a work day. Jonathan Jakarasi, I can see you there. Greetings from Belmont Park. I'm Chundin Advocate Nyarai Muzuba, South Africa. Now, we started this broadcast a bit early so that we could have more time to have conversations and also get to your feedback. Bekezela from Bulawayo Blues, Zambia. Joseph there, Banda, how are you? So, guys, thanks so much for the text I can see there. Let's push and so that we just cross 200, then we start the conversation today. Remember, the conversation is hashtag give up. Hashtag give up. That's a conversation. Hashtag give up. You see, a number of times people, they expect when we're doing these sessions, should tell you, no, don't give up, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm here to actually tell you to give up. But you don't give up on everything. I want you to give up on certain things. Why? Because it's necessary for your growth. If you watched the post we did early, before we went live, I was pretty much telling you the priority, why we need to learn to give up certain things in order for us to be successful. From China, I can see Loka Peter, how are you? Gomichrai Musasa, Honest Devele from Zambia, Lusaka, from Tare, Blessing Munjoma. So let's invite friends, eh? Jermaine from India, how are you there? And Nare watching from Pretoria. Kudakwasham Seka, how are you there? I can see you from Harare. And many parts of the world are represented here. Emmanuel Mzana, I can see you watching from Gundu, Maombo Yangwe. All right, so from UAE, I can see you, Princess Mkanairi. Faith Psalms from UK. Thank you so much, guys. Really great. So I really I promise that we're going to start the conversation once we cross 200. I think we've actually done that. So on Star FM, we started a conversation which I really think was very important on the importance of giving up. You see, a number of times we omit a fundamental point. If we want to go up, if we want to grow, we need to let go of certain things. We can't go up until we understand and learn why we need to give up. In other words, you can't go up with luggage, with baggage. So those who have never watched a rocket launch, I want you to go on YouTube, go to SpaceX. I can just watch some few clips how they launch their rockets, and I want you to notice what they do. They are shedding off weight at every stage. Why? Because you can't go up. So we need to learn to develop the discipline to actually give up certain things. I can see Alex from the DRC there. Wow, that's really encouraging, eh? Then more guys from Durban. Thank you so much, guys. I'll continue doing the shout outs later on as we progress with this particular conversation. So why is it important for us to give up? Success requires greater degree of sacrifice. You see, one of the things that I usually experience when I write posts, articles, getting feedback, is people usually want to think and believe that we're making these things easy. No, they're not easy. They are not even hard as well. It's simply understanding the principles. But one of the principles we need to understand is we need to learn to give up. What do you need to give up? That's our conversation today. What do you need to give up? That's our conversation. And I'm going to take you through today 7 things that I want you to give up in order for you to be successful. 7 things that I want you to give up in order for you to be successful. I think some of you guys, you might have watched the live Facebook broadcast we did on Star FM. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of some of them. Then I'm going to expand on the final principles that I want to emphasize. The first thing that I want you to give up, guys, is discomfort. You see, what's going to destroy many people is not discomfort, it's comfort. We get so comfortable in our comfort zones and we forget to grow. And that's why there's a statement that says nothing grows in the comfort zone. In other words, if we really want to experience growth, we need to be ready to give up our comfort zones. And you see, when you're comfortable, it becomes very difficult for you to think. It becomes very difficult for you to be creative. It becomes very difficult for you to harness your creative powers. Why? Because you're so okay. And a number of times, because we're operating in our comfort zones, we're operating in our familiarity zones, we end up getting used to the same things over and over again. I want to encourage all of us to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So look into your life right now and identify those possible comfort zones. And once you identify those possible comfort zones, confront them. So many people right now, their comfort zones is that career which has not been really changing their lives. It's just enough to see them making it through the end of the month. But in real life, it's not taking them anywhere. I want you to get to a level where you begin to confront and to ask yourself where you are going with your life, in particular, the comfort zones that you've built for yourself. Once you develop the attributes, the capacity to confront yourself, in particular, your comfort zones, you get to that level where you begin to grow. Remember the conversation that I always have in terms of the 4 lepers. They say to one another, why are we sitting here until we die? The principle that you find in that story is people are saying, guys, enough is enough. In other words, instead of being comfortable, they decided to be restless. And the moment you begin to realize the strength in being restless, that's the moment you begin to see that you bring about transformation in your life. Don't rest. We are not yet where we want to be. Get out of that realm. Get into the realm where you begin to be seriously serious with your life. Get into the realm where you begin to say, I need to change. Go to the Bible and read the story of the 4 lepers. Why are we sitting here until we die? Why? Because they decided to say, we can't find comfort in our comfort zones. We can't be blaming things the way they are, not doing anything. So, principle number 1, I want you to give up avoiding discomfort. Make discomfort very normal. That's critical for your growth. And the next thing that I want you to give up is the issue to do with habits. Guys, your life is the sum total of the habits that you have developed. I really need to stress this point. Your life is the sum total of the habits that you've developed. It's really key. There's this one day where I was broadcasting, just did a quick broadcast because I was really, really under so much pressure. And the point that I said is today we're just going to talk about habits. We did a broadcast on habits. I want you to watch that broadcast. The good bit with a habit, if you develop a good habit, it becomes automatic. In other words, it guides you, whether you plan it or not. It's going to guide you. It's going to take you to where you want to go. So that's why you need to learn to do an audit of your life and begin to ask yourselves the questions: what type of habits have you developed? Because your habits, they determine your future. That's why one of my favorite quotes is, you don't choose your future. In fact, it actually says people don't decide their future. They decide their habits, and it's their habits that decide their future. And I want you to realize this: you are the sum total of the habits that you've developed. In other words, if you want to change the direction of your life, change the direction of your habits. That will change your life. Absolutely. Look at the quality of the habits that you have developed. So, number one, we said we need to learn to give up our comfort zones. In other words, stop living your life avoiding discomfort and start being normal with making discomfort normal. Why? That's where the growth really happens. And I want us to get to that point where we begin to say, I'm okay with being uncomfortable. And number two, we get to confront ourselves in terms of the habits. By the way, it takes 21 days to create a habit. If you want to create a new habit, it takes 21 days to create a habit. In other words, identify the habits that you need to develop. For the next 21 days, do it repeatedly. Do it repeatedly for 21 days. Guess what? You will have developed habits. And the good bit, once you develop a habit, you don't plan on doing anything. It just happens. That's the power and that's the glory of living a life of habits. So decide your habits. And it's those habits that are going to decide your future. So, for those who are joining just now, number one, we said give up your comfort zone. That's what I want us to do. Give up your comfort zones. Once we give up our comfort zones, and I want us to realize that we also need to give up certain habits. And I want you to realize one thing. Like what Angela is saying here, it's not just habits that you develop. It's the quality of habits. So true. The quality of habits, very fundamental. What habits are you developing? Look at the quality of the habits that you are developing right now. And I want you to, there's a comment that's coming here from Panashish Kodora. Your decisions today will decide whether you'll be a grandfather who plays golf or a grandfather who plays draft. Very true, very fundamental. So I really want us to do that. Evaluate the quality of the habits that you're developing. Thanks so much for that. I'm really enjoying the feedback that's coming here, because I was saying thank you for rekindling my spirit to get restless so that I get to where I'm supposed to do. Yeah, because you can't go up as long as you're trying to defend the status quo. But the moment you decide, say, this is not making sense, this is really absolutely nonsense. That's why one of my favorite talks is hashtag, this is nonsense. So giving up can be costly, but worth it. Thank you so much for that comment. So you see, you need to realize one thing. Change is not a comfortable experience. It's not comfortable to change because it's going to inconvenience many things that you're so used to. Change is going to disrupt a lot of things. But that's why we actually need to get to do that. I'm seeing their feedback from Michael Chitamboza. Thank you, Arthur, for this great lesson. I'm personally giving up watching useless TV programs that aren't adding any value to me instead of listening to more of your teachings. That's a great habit there. Thank you so much for that. And I want you to follow what people are saying in terms of changing their habits. Tafazo, they started 21 strategy. I'm seeing it working now on the 15th day. Congratulations there, Tafazwa. It is a must. And you see, the moment you decide to say, I want to create healthy habits by giving up an unhealthy one and productive one, you really begin to see transformation. And that's why I want us to really make these things normal. It's painful at first, but guess what? The results are amazing. Changing your life requires you to change a certain aspect. in a certain area of your life. I need to repeat this. Changing your life requires to change a certain aspect in a certain area of your life. That is what is going to change your life. And I really want us to be very okay with the idea of change. That's going to assist you. Admire Matimba, your habits become your character, and your character becomes your attitude, which leads your lifestyle. Thank you, there, Advocate, for uplifting information. Thank you so much for that. So remember, just a quick rundown of the principles that we've covered. Number one, we said we need to give up avoiding discomfort. In other words, let's be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Very important there. And number two, let's learn to give up your most unhealthy habits. We each, all of us, we have some unhealthy habits. Some you can talk about them, some you can't, but you know yourself. So identify those unhealthy habits. And remember, last time we were talking about addictions. That addictions is giving up everything for one thing, and sacrifice is giving up one thing for everything. In other words, identifying the things that are very important. Once you identify that, it's going to change your life and it's going to help you to go forward. So I want us to go to the third thing that I think is very important as well, is to understand the importance of giving up a victim mindset. Why is this very important? Is because a number of people, the default is we think we're victims. I want you to watch the conversation on Thursday on SDM Mandara page, where we're having a conversation on this. Why we need to say we're not going to be victims. Because you see, the victim mindset begins in terms of your belief systems. Once you learn and program yourself to believe that you are a victim, you end up actually becoming a victim. But you need to learn to shift how you think and learn to think of yourself not as a victim, but as a victor. Think of yourself as the person who is behind your story. How your story is going to end is pretty much up to you. And I want you to get into that level where you refuse to be a victim. Refuse to be a victim of the economy. Refuse to be a victim of a relationship. Refuse to be a victim of a marriage. Refuse to be a victim of your past. Refuse to be a victim of what didn't work in the past. Decide to be a champion of the new story or the new narrative that you are going to be writing. So I want us to make that really normal, that we are firmly and effectively in control. And once we realize that we're firmly and effectively in control, it enables us to get power, to get to those levels where we realize that we can actually rise and we can become the masters of our destiny. Guys, if you're in Zimbabwe, you are in a setup where perfectly you've got the right explanation for where you are. You can actually explain this in terms of the economy. The rate is not okay, the economy is not functioning, etc., etc., etc. That's a victim mindset. That's a victim mindset, and that's why I really want us to learn to give up being victims. And I want us to get to those level where we begin to think that we are in control. Thanks, Advocate. That's from beside there. Since I started following you, I can see more changes in my life in terms of being focused and doing business seriously. I'm a civil servant, but I can see my mindset is now different. Congratulations for my colleagues. Keep on inspiring us. Thank you so much for that. Guys, I think you guys seeing the testimonies there. No one is coming to change your life. That's the point that we are going to make here. No one is coming to change your life. And I want us to get that level where we just realize that no one is coming. And I think that's one of my favorite statements. No one is coming. No one. Akuna. You are you. What you want to see happening in your life is actually up to you. So get to that level where you're actually okay with that reality, that no one is coming to change your life, and be so okay with confronting yourself. So point number 3 is stop giving up. Give up the victim mindset. That's point number 3. And point number 4 is give up your excuses. Very important. We avoid the habit of actually giving excuses where we've not delivered results. That's one of the things that we find with many people. I really want us to say, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give any excuses. If anything is going to happen, it's going to take me. And it's the reality that I'm always telling people. Guys, I came to Harare. I knew my guru, my mother's sister, went to university. And what kept me disciplined at university when other people were going wild is understanding the reality that no one is coming. So I could have turned out to be anything else, but I simply decided to look for reasons why I could be a better person. Guess what? It works. So I want you to give up. And that's the fourth point there. Give up your excuses. What's your excuse? I lost my father when I was 18 years of age. First born in a family of 5. Effectively, I became a father. What's your excuse? And I've got a U in mathematics at all levels, C in English at all levels. I'm speaking to you right now in correct English. What's the excuse? I want you to begin to give up excuses. In other words, what do you want to achieve? Okay, why are you not doing it? And I want to realize one thing: the why you're not doing it is part of your excuses. Pretty much, I'm going to explain why you could not do 1, 2, 3 because of 1, 2, 3. Guys, give up excuses. Get into that realm where you begin to say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. But it requires you to give up on excuses. And once you do that, it's going to change your life, it's going to transform you, and it's going to enable you to get to a certain level in your life the moment you decide to give up excuses. Guys, if you want kuitarombe, and I'm going to say this in English, if you want to be kuitarombe, muZimbabwe, hakuna vanhu kubhlema ako. Kuntori nemaexcuse akanaka strike. Unongotaura kuti rate rakwira. Watopedza? Yeah, just say rate rakwira. Zvinaswanikwa, black market, corruption, chi. Watopedza? But are you going to change your life? So I want you to get to this level where you begin to say, if I'm failing, I should not be blaming anyone. I have only myself to blame. Why? Because my excuses, these are pretty much your feel-good medicine when you've not been able to do anything. But stop looking for crutches. Stop looking for reasons why you're not doing anything by looking for X, Y, Z to blame. Guys, come on. Change your life. And I want you to realize this. I like what James is saying there. And that's actually my point as well. No one is coming to help you in this life. Your destiny is not in the political parties or my grow uncle in diaspora. It's in your hands. Absolutely true. You don't deposit excuses. Marshall are coming there. You never go to the bank and deposit excuses. And I want you to come to that. Realize that you can't go and deposit excuses. Neither can you also go and withdraw your excuses. So I really want us to come to that story and that understanding. So guys, if you're in Zimbabwe, ukasaita omari amenako usazoblema one because makore ari kutera uchabvunzwa kunzi makaitei, ungotaura kunzi no kwangu kwakaoma. And the next generation is going to look up and say, guys, kune vamwe vakatoita zvinobatika. So make things happen. I really want to get us to this level. Make things happen. Your life is what you make it. I need to be this point. Your life is what you make it. You are ultimately responsible for the direction that your life is going to take. But it's going to require you to stop looking for excuses. In other words, give them up. Once you give up these excuses, you confront yourself. Once you confront yourself, you start asking yourself, what can I do? Beginning to understand that you need to start doing things that are within your control. Once you understand that you do things that are within your control, guess what? You make things happen. I'm always sharing the story of how we started doing the broadcasts. There's a guy called Tafadzo in the background. Many of you guys, you may have heard me talk about him. One day he just says, Mgoma, we're going live. Did we have the experience? No. Did we know how to do it? No. We learned along the way. Why? We got to a level where we realized, guys, we can't continue looking for excuses. We can't. So today I also had a perfect excuse. I could have just said, guys, I'm not coming for this broadcast because I'll be driving from where we're doing some recordings. But you know what? I realized the time is not okay. Thanks so much to my good friends at SD Mandara here for giving us a wonderful set. We looked for ways to make this happen. If you really want something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you're going to find an excuse. And this is the reason why many people's lives are going to be stagnant, because we're constantly looking for excuses. And I feel my parents were fighting as I was growing up. Guys, pane age inofanira kutonyadzisa kutaura kuti ndakafirwa uyezve ndakazorambwa, ndakaita heartbreak and so forth. Aitengi chingwa heartbreak. I badari mabdul's heartbreak. Realize that it's you who has the responsibility to make things happen. And that's why I want people to make these commitments, to say, even things bad as they are, I'm going to make it. I like the confession there by Lorenz Kamanyam Kappa. Yes, in the midst of this economic chaos, I'm going to make it. Guys, I really want us to do this. So rather than to expect someone to come and change your life, take responsibility. Take responsibility. Once you learn to take responsibility for your life, your direction of your life, guys, it's going to enable you. So I don't know where you are, and I don't know what you started and where you started in life. But what I know is if you really want something in life, you can do it. That's what I know. If you really, really want something, you can do it. But if you don't, you're going to justify, look for good reasons why you're not going to do it, and you're going to avoid doing it. So I really want us to get to this level where we say, guys, if anything is going to happen, I'm going to make things happen. And I believe you can actually make things happen. You see, that's why I always tell people I'm not the type of speaker always coming to your organization and say, you can do it. In fact, that's not part of my message. I don't have a message called you can do it. No, I don't have such a message. Why? Because I know you can do it. My question is why I'm not doing it. Your answer is still excuses. So I really good. I want you to get to that level where you begin to confront yourself. Once you confront yourself, you begin to make normal these things. As that brig, I think yeah, it's true. Try and they don't even want to see you, eh? So once you get to these things, it's going to enable you. You guys. So yeah, so I really want you to get to that level where you take pretty much responsibility for your life and wake up every day and tell yourself, I have no one to blame. This will liberate you. I have no one to blame. I've messed up. I have no one to blame. I need to correct things. I have no one to blame. I want to make things happen. And guys, it's really, really critical to get to this level. And we begin to say, I'm in control. Refuse to be a victim. By being a victim, you give people other power, power to your life. Like the moment you begin to blame people, you're actually giving people power over your life. And I really want you to get to that level and say, I'm not going to cry anymore. Guys, so I really want us to get to this level where we're not going to join the bandwagons of people. So one of the things that you find me doing, I don't tweet problems. I don't post problems. No, I don't. I'm always saying, guys, what solutions can we come up with? Because I refuse to be problem oriented. I want you to get to that level where you begin to say, guys, things better is there. I'm going to make it, and I'm going to take charge of my life. So take 100% responsibility for your life. If you want to go back to school, take 100% responsibility. Stop blaming dead parents. Stop blaming people who hurt you in the past. No, don't. Thank God you're alive. Thank God you're where you are. Your story sometimes has to be the testimony that you need to give people. You can actually strengthen other people because of that. So I said, stop looking for excuses. In other words, give up your excuses. Let's go to point number 5, which is give up your distractions. Giving up your distractions is very important because anything that's not moving you forward is a distraction. Anything that's not moving you forward is a distraction. That's why you need to constantly be doing audits in your life. Is this really moving me forward? If it's not moving me forward, it's pretty much a distraction. And that's why I really want many of us to do an audit, a distraction audit. What are the distractions that are happening in my life? And once you understand those distractions, guess what? It's going to enable you to do practical audit and get to say, I need to change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in my life. So right now we live in a time where it's very easy to be distracted. You've got Netflix at your disposal. It's on your phone. You've got Twitter on your phone. You've got Facebook on your phone. You've got WhatsApp on your phone. You've got Instagram on your phone. You've got Skype on your phone. You've got Zoom on your phone. You've got Teams on your phone. You've got pretty much everything. You've got TikTok on your phone. You've got everything. And many people are almost practical on all social media platforms. So I really want us to get to this level where we begin to say, guys, I need to start focusing on things that are very important. Once we begin to focus on things that are important, we starve our distractions. Once we starve our distractions, we get to move. So remember, a distraction is anything that is not helping you move forward. That's a distraction. And many people, when they hear about distraction, they think it's things that are bad. It can actually be good. Some people are in useless relationships right now. That can actually be a distraction. You can't think. You can't be creative. You are just in some relationship thinking that things will change when you know visibly that these things are not going to change. Stop distracting yourself. Move away from things that are not taking you forward. Sometimes they can actually be good things. That's why you need to be very careful, because the enemy of the better is the good. And people don't fail because of failure, they fail because of success. So you can actually be successful in certain area. If you're not careful, that success can actually ending up becoming a distraction. And once it becomes a distraction, that's where you miss it. So right now, look into your audits. What's distracting you? So one of the things that I do deliberately, I don't use data on my phone. That's how I manage my time. I don't use data on my phone. It's either I'm on Wi-Fi or I'm offline. If it's important, you call me. That's how simple it is. So why? Because I don't want to always be available. I don't always to be reachable and make myself vulnerable to useless messages. No, if it's important, call me. If it's not, wait until I get back. Then I don't just respond messages. I respond messages in order of importance. That's why I say people don't say hi. Write whatever that you want. Then I'll respond to you. Why? Because I don't want to be distracted. I want to focus on value adding activities. Once I focus on value adding activity, guess what? I move forward. What is your distraction? You see, right now, many people easily get carried away. That's why I was talking about this on Stipend. Many people, very good relationships, get carried away by funny things. Guys, I'm saying you're like Zonema six pack. Six pack, you know, there's not the equivalent of character. Six pack. The next thing they'll cost you some things that have built over time. Get carried away. Focus on things that are very important. And once you understand that you need to focus on things that are very important, that's when you also begin to realize that your strength and your results are actually in things that are very important. So starve your distractions and feed your focus. I like the comment they're coming from Tutu. Starve your focus and feed your focus to reach your destiny. That's the secret to your life. Right now, your cell phone should not be the reason why you're failing. Your cell phone should be the reason why you're successful. Why? Because all the technology is now at your disposal for you to be successful. That's why I don't believe you should be a failure. You must be a success because of technology. But don't let the technology become a distraction. Use the technology to your advantage. Don't let technology use you. Rather than let it use you, use it. Many people have established amazing businesses using WhatsApp. Many people have started selling using WhatsApp. WhatsApp message. Guys, azviperi. Hatigona kunge tiri pasame place. Ngatikwanise kunzwisisa kuti ngatishandise the technology. Let's use the technology. And tashandisa the technology, let it help us. So, remove distractions. If it's spending much time on the internet, yeah, get a lesser bundle. Alternatively, switch off Wi-Fi for a certain period of time so that it can just work. You can't be going all over places looking at a phone. So one of the things that I've done deliberately, because I don't buy data for my phone, when I go to a meeting, my phone is purely far away from you. I'm giving you 100% attention. I really enjoy that because people really want people who also give attention. So don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Get to this level where you begin to be serious. I'm seeing John there enjoying the comment on WhatsApp. Guys. So this is the reason why I was saying, guys, we need to learn to do an audit and to look for the things that are distracting, and let's learn to give up our distractions. By the way, I promised you 7 principles. Now on principle number 5, then we're wrapping up the conversation. I'm taking you to principle number 6 now, which is give up fear of failure. You see, guys, if you want to be successful in this life, you need to learn to fail. I like a comment by my good friend Jacob Mtewezi. He says, many people are afraid to fail, but you have not actually made enough mistakes. You have not messed up enough. There's so many mistakes that you've never done. I really like that comment, eh? If there's so many mistakes that you've never done. That's why I really want you to go out there, make mistakes, take action. Are you with me? Take action, make mistakes, fail. Realize that your strength, your success lies in failing. Why? Because you won't be able to get to the next level until you master the art of taking action. But by taking action, you're also going to fail. But when you take action and fail, it means you've been doing something. And for me, I really think that is very, very important. Take failure as an asset. It's not a liability. Take failure as an asset. It is an asset. It will change your life. So right now, people are always saying, "Oh, yeah, great speaker, blah blah blah." Guys, I've made sufficient mistakes, lots of them. I've messed up big time, and guess what? That's why I speak like this, because I've seen what doesn't work. I've seen what works. So, and guess what? Now, every time something happens, rather than get angry, I'm always looking at, okay, what can I do? Or what should I correct? And now, that's why I've learned the bulk of these principles. Leave useless groups. That's one of my principles. Use useless groups. I do that. So what I actually do is I've adjusted the settings to my phone because many people got so excited with the idea of me being in their groups. So without your permission, they just add you. Yeah, so I've learned that you actually need to limit your accessibility in terms of platforms that waste your time. Simple. But you know how you learn some of these things? You fail. So stop fearing failure. I want to speak right now to someone who wants to start a business. Take that step. Take that step. Take that risk. And once you take that risk, that step, you'll never regret taking it. Success sometimes comes after our worst failures. Talk to the business people whom you know. These are people who are ready to fail. These are people who are willing to give failure a chance. And I really want you to take advantage of that. Maposa when Arumai Thomas saying, "Nasna dando revan focus." Yes, I can tell you, anyone who's watching this, these are really people who are so focused. And that's one of the things that I'm so grateful for. So, guys, let's be ready to fail. Are you with me? Let's be ready to fail. In other words, let's be committed to taking action and failing. Yeah, I respect people who fail because they were doing something. As a matter of fact, you don't learn anything from someone who's never failed. You benefit so much and a lot from people who have failed. Why? Because they've tried this. They now know that it doesn't work. That's why it's actually dangerous to invest in a business that has never failed. Very dangerous to put your money in a business that has never failed. Why? Because the moment when it's going to fail, it's going to fail with your money. But if a business has failed before, now you know that they've managed to look at the things that caused them to fail. Now at least they've corrected those things. So once you get to that level where you begin to say, okay, we failed because of 1, 2, 3. Now we're correcting those of 1, 2, 3. Guess what? That's success. So I really want you to get to that level where you begin to seriously introspect and look into how you can improve yourself. People are saying WhatsApp groups. I've actually set up some few WhatsApp groups, which you can join. So just inbox the number that you can see, that you're seeing below there on our social media platforms where you can join. We broadcast messages almost every day, which also encourage you and also inspire you. So give up your fear of failure. I love the definition there of failure coming there. It also means false evidence appearing real, or false evidence. False evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. I love this definition. Face everything and run. Alternatively, face everything and rise. So, guys, let's go out there and fail. Are you with me? Start your small business. What? Fail. It's okay. Learn from those mistakes. Because if you're programming yourself not to fail, you're not going to be able to start anything. But I really want you to get to this level where you say, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to try this. If it works, good. If it doesn't, let's look. Let's look. Anna Tavengwa, please kindly send a message once again. I'll look at your message and send you the links if you didn't get the link. I'm sorry about that. So let's face it. Let's be so positive. Let's be so practical and say, rather than succeed at doing nothing, I'd rather try something and fail. That's what real successful people do. So what do we need to do? That's principle number 6. Give up fear of failure. Give up fear of failure. Then I'm going to finish off with the last. Guys, give up fake life. All right. Some people would say in the Bamromo, but a number of times we're not making it because we're operating with this fake life. Yeah. Many people will John. That's the yeah. Get starting a fake life. Guys, why are people stagnant? Because of fake life. Stop living fake life. Stop living a borrowed life. Stop living a borrowed life. Now, why are we spending time on my useless Instagram pages of people who are trying to appear as if they're making it when they're not? Because we're obsessed with the fake life. Stop living a fake life. Start being real. Start being authentic. Start being true to yourself. Irape, number 7. E. So part of the things that I want you to give up, I'm going to close on this, is give up fake life. Stop being hungry for attention. Stop following and falling into the temptation and pressure. Be real. Are you with me? Be real. Be real. Be real. Be true to yourself. Guys, should we tell on why the stress right now? Stress right now. Fake life. As we speak right now, kune mwana ari kuendesa mwana kuchikoro chaandozwa kuti pay yake 6 months haigona kubhadhira one term. Andozviziwa apa andaendesa wana kumaschools ane mutupo. No, I'm going to Peterhouse to pick my daughter, pick my son. Mambozana kadaro. Andotanga kuuza ndoenda kunotora mwana wangu kupi. Mese mfano uziziwa kuti asingonotora mwana, arondotora mwana ku Peterhouse kana Watershed. Katinayo. Antunoendesa mwana here kuchikoro kwako. Why are you telling us zvese kundoenda kwakati? Guys, chauraya maZimbabweans. Muzandora. Chauraya maZimbabweans fake life too much. Ndozvotikwadza, we fake life very serious. So right now, munhu uendesa kuchikoro mwana iwewe kwekuti unotanga watumirwa tsamba dzemalawyer kunzi mubhadhare mari yeschool fees. As a matter of fact, ukaona uchitumirwa tsamba nemalawyer kuti ubhadhare school fees, ndo masaini ekusakwana. Ndo masaini ekusakwana zvatogara achitaura izvi. Usataura chirungu wakabroka. No, I'm going to keep up my kid at school. Iwe, tanga wataura kuti I'm going to pick up my kid kuchikoro wasandabidza bhadhara school fees. Chawa, endesa vana wako kuchikoro zvaunogona kubhadhara. Kokuti ukamuka wakafa iwewe, vana vanogona kuramba vachienda kuchikoro. You see, many people are so unrealistic to an extent that they rather traumatize vana by setting life standards that are unrealistic. Hauna zvauri kuita, uri kuswera paTV, the next thing kuendesa vana kunzi pavanozwa kuti uku ukoko. Hakutongoti tumwe tumota turi fani fani. Kunoita mota chaidzo chaidzo. Ndokwacho kwauri kuenda. Kune mota dzine mutupo. Ndokuri kuendesa vanhu vakawanda. So we end up putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves. We end up putting a lot of pressure when we living fake lives. That's why I don't believe this nonsense. You don't fake it till you make it. I believe in face it till you change it. Right now, you actually know. Kune wanu, right now. Wantoro mafone yenyu, amutozotaurira ma life effect. Ukaona chikwereta school fees. School fees, watambira mari. Wekwereta mari kwedzera school fees. Ndo ma symptoms ekusakwana. kukwereta mari yeschool fees. Baba vane mazino akakwana muromo vanokumbira mari yeschool fees. Kutanga kuita faith yefeki. Hey, no, the Lord will provide. Iwe endesa mwana wako pachikoro chaunobhadhara mari chokuti kana wanzi wamuka wakafa iwewe adzimai vako vanongoramba achiendesa vana ikoko. Because there's nothing as traumatizing as vana vanochinjwa dress because baba vafa, kana kuti vana vanochinjwa dress because baba vadzinga kubasa kwaimboita mari vachihasla. It doesn't work. I really want you to get to this level where you're so honest, so blunt, so practical with your life. Realize that you're not in a competition with anybody. You are in a competition with you. Face it till you change it. Don't fake it till you change it. You see, right now, Momun Arguroja, Muzamba remember, Yakashama, and Anna furniture. Just because other ones know, no, I'm staying in Borodale. No, so right now I'm renting an apartment. Anyway, apartment Yarugare. Irukutura $500, $1,000 every month. Do you know right now lockdown it's okay bichana. Wakawanda wacho ndo vanosora kuzonye but no, mutemo wakasombozi chimbomira kubhadhara rent usitorina na mari. Ndopandiri kuti akomana. Ngatibvei dzimba dzatisingagoni kubhadhara. Ngatiregere kuita miedzo kune vanhu vakarongeka. Tozotanga kuti hey, vanongofona chiti mari yavo it's not fair. Mwedzi wacho usati wapera iwe uri kutsvaga imba mavo. Hey, zvakazodai. Guys, get to this level where you're realistic. Ndakambozvitaura ndozvikana ndichitaura pamusoro yapasi pamuromo. Zimbabwe ine mahai akawanda. Enda kuhai inoenderana nemari yako. Choose inoenderana nemari yako. Similarly, Zimbabwe ine maglen akawanda. Ndotora Harare. Enda kuglen inoenderana nemari yako kaita Naro, unoenda kuGlen Forest. Right now unakwanda musoro utema spirit. Fake life. Spirit. If you are not ready to give up a fake life, Shaman, the consequences, they are not fake, they are real. Imononda zvinu, man, nasina mbona onda zvinu ngeMaZimbabweans. Anoita rino zimbwere, zimbwa, rakaswa pano, rino zimbwa. Apa rukuroja, apa imbwa chaichikisadza, inoda dog food. Apa rukutambura utingira wana nyama kumba. Weta rimwe zimbwa asingachikisadza. It's not my dog, my pet, it's so cute. She's up on Instagram. Guys, give up fake life. Don't say, give up fake life. If you give up fake life, guess what? You live a stress-free life. You live a stress-free life. You'll be shocked, my Roger Gazara broke. Very decent people. What's name? Fira zita. But on a chunu. Fira zita, no, the place is nice. The ambience is good. And you know, it's 110, 20, 30. What about with Mario Chaga? Tell me, Robo Chaga, Maria's autorina. Don't guys. Let's see any fake life. Easy. Just my iPhone, guys. And that offense in iPhone. I got to be raw iPhone young last year. I got point you and I replace. Yeah, I was 1.5. Thought let me do something better. You could run Android. You phone is complete. Guys, now I'm storage. iPhone inogadzirwa vanhu vanodzima kunzi no inopedza macharges haiti yakagadzirwa kuti igare painternet. Secondly, ukaona uchipuruka muzupu storage, ukaona uchipuruka muzupu kana kutonokwira zupo kuti undotenga iPhone hauna kukwana. Because kana une discipline yokuseva $1,200 yokutenga iPhone, it means une capacity yokusenda mari, save mari, wotanga small business. Ndopa ndakataura kuti ukaona une iPhone uchitumira call me back hauna kukwana. Iwe autonyarere kusenda call me back iPhone. Because tinomhanyira zvinhu, unondora kumhanyira zvinhu. Zano iruda ma-upgrades. Hauna kana account, Apple account yacho autombozivi. The next thing utenga ma-applications mara because hauna mari. So ndopati kuti guys tionesanei. Guess what? It's going to liberate you. Give up a fake life. Guys, why is it mnangobata around otenga Benz yorara pa overnight parking? Ndopa ngambotaura guys, ukaona Benz ichirara uchindoisa pa parking yema 50 cents kana $1 night. Ndoma symptoms akusatokwana iwawo. Because mota dziya hazina kugadzirwa team You know, it's like overnight parking. No, I know. Why? Because they expect by now, Monarugi Tengai, Anthony double lock up garage, like I don't want is a security guard, Aripo, I saw security guard, I don't ching it Ramota. So it doesn't have to worry about the security. So what do? We skip my stages. So instead of putting money in your business, you rather put money in order to sustain a lifestyle which is unsustainable. The next thing one out and get mari, guys, no do for you. It and do him approaches up. And we. So nobody guys said I'm being up a social media it focus on your life. That's why if you really want to avoid stress, learn to live life for yourself. Learn to live life for yourself. Also, live life my likes are not dirish. Live life for yourself. Don't be obsessed. Never likes, never comments. Hey, no, you're hot. Hey, you're so amazing. You're so chic. You be shocked right now. Kune right now. Wane vudzi rokukwereta musoro. Vudzi yako rokukwereta. Wigi Brazilian. Ya akaturira munhu ari innocent. Achitoti ndamwari kuti ndaona client. Iwewe client manje. Next thing asoro apedza kubhadhara. Wigi yavanhu. Next thing wanhu vari kutochema newe. Mwari ndionewo mari yangu idzoke. Mwari ndionewo mari yangu idzoke. Guys, invest muzvinhu zvinobatika. Munozvanotora? Invest muzvinhu zvinobatika. Right now ukamga usipo wewe. What's the game plan? And, you know, I've always been making this point. As long as you're a family person, as long as you've got a baby, as long as you've got a child, you need to be serious in terms of the quality of your decisions. You need to start living yourself like an adult. Izvi zvokuraramira attention hazvi make sense. Wazukuru vachatarisa kuzonai kumaitire zvoudofo kudai. Taifunga kuti mama akatongwara. This thing, yeah, my GoFundMe. I don't participate in my GoFundMe ekuviga vanhu. No, I don't. I can understand yokuti ngatirapise munhu. No, I can understand that. But you see, vanhu vakawanda, like now, talk about my good friends in the diaspora. Mumwe munhu hana kana police wanoona mudzosa kumba. Kana one. Hit $20. Hana kana one. Lifestyle, nice, eating the life, enjoying independence out there in Zimbabwe. The next thing, guys, let's give up a fake life. That's why, guys, I always tell people, can only capacity over the rent 500. It means you can actually save. You can actually save. Do you know a bag of cement costs $8? A box of mega pizza costs $10. So, ukajga mega pizza, uchiroja especially. Do you know what a big cement? What a big cement? 1,500. 1,500. 1,500. You're saying iPhone 12. That's 150 boxes of cement. 150 bags of cement. And 150 bags of cement, guess what? It can allow you to build from footing up to foundation in 300 square meters. Big cement one. Go mega pizza. Big cement one. Do you know, runokuvakira kona yemba. Kona yemba. Chiimagine makona emba uri kudya iwewe. So, tungoonesana kuti guys, you want to go up. You want to go up. Give up fake life. Guys, stop appearing as if you've arrived when you're not arrived. Kana usati wasvika, stop pretending as if wasvika. Face your realities. Face a situation. Be pragmatic. Simple. It's also say, hey guys, I'm in a shortfall. Taranda broker. But you see, the number of times, anika life kari flashy, anika life kari fake. The next thing they want to come kune iwewe urukiseva mari yakwewe. Out to think iwewe. Hey, no, chimboto unosha ndakabvira ndakasva. Iwe. Usaendesa mwana kuchikoro chausiri kugona napostorezvo. Next, usaisa vhudzi pamusoro usina kupedza kubhadhira munhu akagadzira vhudzi iroro. Thirdly, dzidza kuva realistic. iPhone, ndakudzokera nyaya yangu iPhone. Haisi determine the quality of my contacts. It's the quality of network that you keep. That determines the quality of contacts you keep and ultimately the quality of conversations that you keep. Zvino ana akawanda tine collection yemadofo phone. The iPhone yakazara madofo manje. How do you change your life? So, guys, learn to give up a fake life. Be real. Be practical. Kana basa rapera adzimai ndovamira yaita zvinhu atigona kuramba tiri kuno uku mari yedu haichatambi tokumbura kuti tiende kunodi kunoendeka. The next thing watorarama. Next thing chirega kuona TV isina kupera kubhadharwa because hazvimeki sense. And right now, guess what? Ikona kuna vanhu vana 50-inch TV mbom 50-inch kuti naiwe chii chauri kunyanyoona pa 50-inch uri kunyanyotsvage ipapo. Ndobati kuti guys ngatibatsiranei kuti tiite live a realistic life, organized life. Next thing paunogona kubika zvibikirewo kumba, haisi mhosva kunza unaodya kumarestaurant anodhura. It's okay once in a while, but learn to have the big picture in mind. Then what's a big picture in mind? Wararama. Inini ndinorespecta munhu anozvipakira hake kahonda fiti pake pamba pake. Pane munhu anokupakira Mercedes the latest pamba pokoroja. Andana respect. Guys, watozona uchiendesa Mercedes Benz pasi pomuti wakaitenga hauna kukwana. Ngatisiyane nezvimwe zvakawanda izvi. Tenga mota isingakudyi fuel. Tenga mota inozwa kuti hainetsi kusevhisa. The next thing, kana your capacity yasumuka, upgrade. It's okay. But you see, a number of times right now, kurarama life ikarati. Life ikarati. Ndokurarama. Life ikarati. Zvokuti iwewe ukamuka usipo iwewe. Mukadzi wako hako ndotoita karati zozo. Then madzimai, ladies, it's okay to have mana bay or no spoiler, but it's also good to know to marry over kupi. You'll be surprised. My TV, but no more the true colors. Parabaka. Tanchara is what you gure life. Chinyawe. Life. Life is real life. So, bitter truth. What am I asking you to do? Point number 7. Give up a fake life. Be you. Be authentically you. Run away from pressure. Run away from pressure in this one society. You see, one of the secrets I don't fall for pressure. I don't fall for pressure. And guess what? Once you understand this, guess what? You don't live for people. So now I don't owe you an explanation for what I drive. I also don't owe you an explanation for where I stay. I also don't owe you an explanation for what I cook. I mind my life. Ndasiyana nemwe team inofanira kuti mese muzoti nhasi kwabikwa nzondora, nhasi kwabikwa mataizi, nhasi ari kumbomhanya ambokwira mugomo, nhasi azodai. So guys, stop living your life for the public. Stop living your life for the public. You see, this is the reason why a number of people, we end up inviting the world with things ordinarily they have no interest. So that's why I want to have a picture here with Bay in our bedroom, enjoying it. The next thing, my mother knows that, hey, I need my space, I need my privacy. Anyway, the moment you introduce people to your private life, I was not right to claim my privacy. The moment you introduce people into your private space, I was not right, absolutely, of claiming privacy. That's why we need to be realistic in terms of what we're doing, in terms of our expectations, in terms of everything. Be simple. That's my point. Guys, they don't have to tell you to marry. No, nigga. What I'm not that ain't marry, ain't being ana chunu. When I marry, I told you to one in advanced countries. Yep, guess what? The IRS will come for you heavy. Inland Revenue Services, they'll come on you heavy. So what am I saying? Mind your business. Live your life. Next thing, I want you to help you. No one will ever post their misery on Instagram. No one. The third one, everyone will post the good life. No one posts misery on Instagram. Akuna. Everyone is trying to pretend as if everything is happening. Everything is happening. But they don't really tell you the truth. One waka wanda. Murita pressure on the face angone mapundu. Uchikomita na picture edit kwa manje. Mind yourself. All right, let me give a typical example. Yema fake lives. You want this? Do you know the price? Yema ma brands are opika na mtaundum. Kuti ipe dzakawanda dzanu for one product. So at times I see on Africa ma brands anana Louis Vuitton, anana Gucci yakanyorwa padumba. Gucci chakati imi. Nyaso Google zvakanaka. Price Gucci. wobvunza kuti ndeipi Gucci yaunotenga $5. Gucci iwoyo ari kupfeka $3 ndeyekupi? But unogona ndo zati kumhanyira idzodzo dzema $3. Next thing totora picture iwe give up living for people. The majority of brands akapfekwa namutaunda arofekwa navanhu right now, they're fake. They're really fake. And guess what? Tukutorerwa mari buying fake products in order to live a fake life, in order to extend a fake life. Stop living a fake life. Be simple. That opens then. So in that respect, I'm going to think a Gucci yake kubhero itori reliable then it's going to utenga unze ina ziona mbutiki iwe. Ona Gucci kadaro. Yeah, atataura nasitamboone sana. So guys, live your life, enjoy your life. Remember, you lose nothing by authentically authentic. Be yourself. Next thing, and some competition anyway. I don't know you. And it's kwenyu. Iwe. Usaiswa pressure. Nemuna asukubhadhara school fees vana vako kuti uendesa vana vako kuchikoro. Chausinga afford. Sorry about that. Don't be under pressure from people kuti uendesa vana vako to schools that you can afford. No, don't. Why? As long as asiri kuzokubhadharira school fees yemwana wako, isa mwana wako kwaunoona kubhadhara. As long as asiri kuzokubhadharira rent, enda kwaunoafoda, wapedza, watorarama. You're okay. So many people ask me for the links. We'll put the number below there. Then you can also follow my legal pages, Atone Atamara, where I post legal posts. And so excited to see you guys. So I think let's do this next week again and just get to share some thoughts and ideas. So tell me on the comment section below, what is the next topic that you want to hear next week? Nasta Batsrana about fake life. I think we're going to do an extension of fake life next week. Yeah, fake life. Why you need to be original. Tafaz was saying, advocate, you deserve a bag of pizza, in brackets, cement today for this life. So the idea really was to say, guys, let's help each other. Give up everything. But most importantly, give up fake life. But the next thing that I want to encourage you in concluding is learn to give up fake friends. Give up fake friends. My friends are fake. Fake friends, these are people who are not honest with you. They're not. A number of times we're actually surrounded by these people, fake friends. Right now, a number of us, we were surrounded. So next week, I'm going to do the fake series, Words of Time. Why you need to give up fake friends and quite a number of things are fake. I'm going to talk about that. Why many things. I'm going to talk about fake life. We're going to continue on fake life. So don't miss out on this. So see you, and guys, God bless. It's been a great pleasure speaking to you. So follow my page. It's Atone Athamarares on Facebook. If you haven't liked and follow this page as well, you can actually follow so that you don't miss out next week. So next week, we're going to talk about fake friends and fake life in general. We're going to do fake life continued, part 2. Timbo zikisa gejo, timbo onesana, tibatsrani, tigadzire nyika. If you think this video has inspired you, please take a friend, invite a friend, and ask them to watch and be challenged and to be inspired. Someone saying, I'm giving up my fake bay. Congratulations on that. Stop living a fake life. Guys, I'll be back next week. Let's make a date. You will be inspired. You will be challenged. So let's meet again next week. Those who want to be part of our WhatsApp groups, the numbers are there below. You can join. Just send Inspire 365. If the groups are full, please inbox. I'll come through and maybe share the group links on these particular platforms. Someone is saying, fake bay. If they're fake, let them go. So we'll talk about this next week and finish on the Fake Life series. Why we need to be so authentically authentic and to ensure that we live a practical life. And guess what? We're going to enjoy. So see you next week. we'll be talking about fake lives. Fake lives continued. It's coming this particular Monday. Don't miss it. You will be inspired. Guys, thank you so much for being part and parcel of this broadcast. I'm actually realizing we've done over 1 hour. I thought we were going to do just 20 minutes. I think this conversation has really reached out to many people, in particular on the issues to do with the fake lives. God bless you guys. You're on my heart. I value you and I value your success. Let's connect. Let's be in touch. And good news, the Africa 1K challenge is coming back. Many people heard about it last year. We're going to be bringing it back, where we're teaching people how you can make at least $1,000 every month from the internet. It's not a scam. It's tools that you can actually use. So I don't want you to miss out. So be on the lookout and to see where you can. Oh, Daisy Zanele, thank you so much there for coming through. God bless you guys. See you next week.